What do you think 2021 holds for Scale Ireland, Martina? Are there any initiatives that you want to push now next year?
There is. Well, firstly, I want to say on a personal level, I hope I get to meet all my team in person. And perhaps we could have been doing this in person.
Yeah.
But however, the pandemic has brought forward how all this impressive technology is enabling us to continue in our work, whether it's the 3G, the 4G, and also Zoom or
Yeah.
another Google Meets, all of that technology that's been brought forward that has enabled workplaces to continue operating and innovative enterprise. Um, I have met some of my team only 2 weeks ago. I'm still waiting to meet most of my team, but we have been spending lots of hours together.
Yeah.
I'm sure as you have with your office staff. So I hope that I will have more in-person meetings and work partnerships, and that's for sure for 2021. And I'm sure a lot of people are the same in their workplaces, no matter what sector they're in. In terms of Scale Ireland, I would like to see progress on those key issues in terms of EIS and also on the fund and whatever else can be done in terms of staff, in terms of education, in terms of supports and funding for those startups, so that Ireland becomes a leading centre and a leader
Yeah.
for innovation startups. And you can see in other countries they're investing quite a lot, and they see the importance of indigenous startups coalescing with the big tech companies. And I say that it is important that the two ecosystems coalesce together
Yeah.
and that support each other, and that has happened through our various partnerships. But we will be developing, it will be a year-long policy agenda, events, supports for our startups, and hopefully some in person, not just webinars, but we will be expanding and we have ambitious plans to do that, even through our social media offerings and everything else. So all to be revealed, but we will be expanding and promoting the cause of startups and hoping that key policy areas are tackled. But there does seem to be a good reception at the moment, and we welcome that. I think a lot of people would when you look at what could the outcome be in terms of good, high quality jobs here in Ireland,
Yeah.
created by indigenous startup and scale up communities, and that we have the next Collisons remain here in Ireland,
Yeah.
or and great companies all around the country, whether it's Teamwork in Cork. If I start, I'll never stop because
I
I'll have
know.
to name
There's
start
an endless
everyone,
list.
and I'm
Yeah.
not going to do that to you. And we have a great hub network as well, and that they help and accelerate all these startups. But hopefully, it will be a very positive year, and that we will get through COVID. But even if we don't, that we put a kind of structure in place to help these companies,
Yeah.
and that we see their importance in the overall landscape of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, which is very exciting, and you're right. I think out of the last financial crisis, Martina, some amazing companies were born out of that crisis. Ireland is it's a very innovative country to work in, and I think the same of this year. I think some companies have been born out of this pandemic, but as you said, once the policies are right, once the right infrastructure is there, we should see a huge growth in indigenous companies and then indigenous talent working for those companies as well.